Sean Diddy Combs. A name synonymous with success, with music, with a life lived large. The man who brought us Bad Boy Records, who turned artists into legends, is now facing a very different kind of spotlight. Gone is the swagger, replaced by the grim reality of a courtroom. Allegations of sexual assault, of a pattern of predatory behavior, have stripped away the veneer of fame and fortune. Diddy stands accused of using his power and influence to prey on the vulnerable. The world watches, captivated and appalled as the details of the case unfold. Whispers turn to murmurs, murmurs to headlines. What began as hushed rumors in the music industry quickly escalated into a full-blown scandal. Multiple women, some known to the public, others choosing to remain anonymous, came forward with disturbingly similar stories. Accounts of nights that began with promise and ended in violation, of trust betrayed and innocence stolen. Diddy, they claimed, used his charm and influence to lure women into compromising situations, often plying them with alcohol or drugs before making unwanted advances. As the number of accusers grew, so too did the severity of the allegations. The whispers turned to shouts, demanding justice for the alleged victims and accountability from a man who seemed to operate with impunity. The scandal surrounding Sean Diddy Combs took a sinister turn with a chilling discovery. During a search of his residence, authorities uncovered a cache of baby oil, but this was no ordinary baby oil. Lab results revealed that it had been laced with a potent date rape drug. Prosecutors alleged that Diddy used this tainted baby oil to incapacitate his victims, rendering them helpless and unable to consent to his advances. The details, as they emerged, painted a picture of premeditation, of a calculated plan to exploit and abuse. The discovery of the drugged baby oil became a turning point in the case, adding a chilling new layer to the allegations against the music mogul. The weight of this evidence threatened to bury Diddy's carefully crafted persona, exposing a dark underbelly to his glamorous world. Sean John Combs' story began far from the glitz and glamour that would later define his life. Born in Harlem, New York City in 1969, he witnessed firsthand the struggles and triumphs of his community. His father, Melvin Combs, was tragically killed when Sean was just 3 years old, leaving his mother Janice to raise him and his sister alone. Despite the hardships they faced, Janice instilled in her son a strong work ethic and a belief in the power of education. Even as a young boy, Sean displayed an entrepreneurial spirit, delivering newspapers and washing cars to help support his family. He attended the prestigious Mount St. Michael Academy, a private Catholic school where he excelled both academically and on the football field. He found solace and inspiration in music, a passion that would soon catapult him to unimaginable heights. Section 2. The Art of Reinvention. Sean Combs possessed an uncanny ability to adapt and evolve, to anticipate and capitalize on cultural shifts. He began his music career as an intern at Uptown Records, quickly rising through the ranks to become a respected 8ANDR executive. In 1993, he founded his own label, Bad Boy Records, launching the careers of some of hip-hop's biggest names including the Notorious Big, Mary J. Blige, and Mace. He wasn't just a businessman, he was a visionary, shaping the sound and style of a generation. But Sean Combs wasn't content to remain behind the scenes. He stepped into the spotlight, adopting the moniker Puff Daddy and later P. Diddy, reinventing himself as a larger-than-life personality who embodied the excesses and aspirations of the hip-hop era. Section 3. Building an Empire. Sean Combs' ambition knew no bounds. He diversified his portfolio, expanding his reach far beyond the music industry. He launched Sean John, a clothing line that reflected his impeccable sense of style, catering to those who aspired to his level of success and sophistication. Not content with conquering the worlds of music and fashion, he ventured into the spirits industry, partnering with Diageo to create Ciroc Vodka. His marketing genius was undeniable, transforming a little-known brand into a symbol of luxury and celebration. He became a cultural force, his influence permeating every aspect of popular culture. Section 4, A Life Lived Large. Sean Combs embraced a life of extravagance. He threw legendary parties, hosted by a who's who of Hollywood, the music industry, and the business world. His gatherings were the stuff of legend, a spectacle of wealth, glamour, and unadulterated fun. He surrounded himself with beautiful people, his romantic life a constant source of tabloid fodder. He acquired lavish homes, from a sprawling estate in the Hamptons to a luxurious mansion in Beverly Hills. He had achieved a level of success that few could even dream of, amassing a fortune that placed him among the wealthiest figures in the entertainment industry. As the investigation into Sean Diddy Combs' alleged misconduct deepened, a disturbing pattern began to emerge. It wasn't just one or two isolated incidents, a chorus of voices was rising, each with their own harrowing story to tell. Women, many aspiring models or actresses, described encounters with Diddy that started promisingly but quickly turned sinister. They spoke of being invited to parties at his luxurious residences, where the atmosphere was charged with a potent mix of power, allure, and unspoken expectations. Many alleged that Diddy, often under the influence of alcohol, would become increasingly aggressive as the night wore on. They described unwanted advances, groping hands, and persistent propositions that made them feel trapped and uncomfortable. They felt pressured to comply, fearing that rejecting his advances would have dire consequences for their aspirations. The accusations against Diddy weren't limited to overt sexual assault. Many women described a pattern of manipulative behavior, a calculated strategy designed to wear down their defenses and exploit their vulnerabilities. They spoke of a man who was a master manipulator skilled at identifying and exploiting the dreams and insecurities of those around him. He would shower them with compliments, promise them the world, and make them feel special, only to later use that trust against them. Some alleged that Diddy would ply them with alcohol or drugs, making them feel disoriented and vulnerable. They felt trapped in a web of fear and silence, their careers and livelihoods hanging in the balance. The case against Sean Diddy Combs took a sinister turn with the discovery of the baby oil laced with date rape drugs. This wasn't just circumstantial evidence, it was a smoking gun that pointed to a premeditated plan to incapacitate and assault his victims. The sheer quantity of tainted baby oil found at Diddy's residence was staggering. Investigators uncovered dozens of bottles hidden away in various locations throughout his sprawling estate. Forensic analysis confirmed the presence of Rohypnol and GHB, powerful sedatives commonly used in drug-facilitated sexual assaults. The discovery of the baby oil sent shockwaves through the investigation and the public alike. It painted a chilling picture of Diddy as a predator who went to great lengths to subdue his victims and render them helpless to resist his advances. The baby oil wasn't the only weapon in Diddy's alleged arsenal. Investigators uncovered evidence suggesting that he also used a variety of other methods to incapacitate his victims, often combining drugs and alcohol to create a potent and dangerous cocktail. Witnesses described parties at Diddy's residences where the drinks flowed freely and guests were encouraged to indulge. However, some claimed that their drinks tasted strange or that they felt the effects of alcohol much faster than usual, leading them to believe that their drinks had been spiked. The investigation revealed that Diddy had a network of enablers, including employees and associates, who helped procure drugs and cover up his alleged crimes. The combination of drugs, alcohol, and a carefully cultivated atmosphere of power and intimidation created an environment where Diddy could allegedly operate with impunity, preying on vulnerable individuals who felt pressured to stay silent. As more victims came forward and the evidence against him mounted, the walls began to close in on Sean Diddy Combs. The once untouchable music mogul was now facing the very real possibility of being held accountable for his alleged crimes. The media frenzy surrounding the case was relentless. Every detail, every new accusation was splashed across headlines and dissected on cable news channels. Sponsors began to distance themselves, fearing damage to their brands. Endorsement deals were canceled and business partnerships dissolved. the financial consequences of his alleged actions were starting to hit home. The weight of the allegations, coupled with the mounting evidence, proved too substantial to ignore. The grand jury returned a damning indictment, charging Sean Diddy Combs with a litany of offenses, each carrying the potential for significant prison time. The charges spanned a range of criminal conduct, reflecting the gravity and scope of his alleged actions. They included multiple counts of sexual assault, aggravated rape, and administering a controlled substance with intent to commit a felony. The news of the indictment sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry and beyond. Diddy, maintaining his innocence, surrendered to authorities and was subsequently released on a hefty bail. The stage was set for a legal battle that promised to be both explosive and closely watched. Section 2. A day in court. The day of the pre-trial hearing arrived and the tension in the air was palpable. Cameras flashed, reporters scribbled furiously, and spectators whispered amongst themselves as Sean Diddy Combs, dressed impeccably in a dark suit, entered the courtroom. Gone was the swagger and bravado that once defined his public persona. In its place was a stoic demeanor, a mask carefully constructed to conceal the turmoil that surely raged beneath the surface. The courtroom, grand and imposing, was a sea of faces, each reflecting a spectrum of emotions: curiosity, judgment, sympathy, and outrage. The eyes of the world were upon them, hungry for every detail of this high-stakes legal drama. The prosecution team, led by a seasoned district attorney known for her tenacity and unwavering pursuit of justice, exuded an air of quiet confidence. Section 3. The prosecution's case. The prosecution methodically laid out their case, weaving together a narrative of manipulation, coercion, and calculated predation. They presented witness after witness, each recounting their experiences with Sean Diddy Combs, their voices trembling at times, but their resolve unwavering. The alleged victims, some of whom had never spoken publicly about their ordeals, shared strikingly similar accounts of how Diddy used his charm, power, and influence to isolate and exploit them. They spoke of feeling pressured, intimidated, and ultimately violated by a man they once admired. The prosecution presented forensic evidence, including the results of the lab tests conducted on the baby oil seized from Diddy's residence. The presence of date rape drugs in such significant quantities lent credence to the allegations and painted a chilling picture of premeditation. Section 4. The defense responds. The defense team, known for their aggressive tactics and unwavering commitment to their clients, mounted a vigorous counteroffensive, challenging every aspect of the prosecution's case. They painted a picture of a man wrongfully accused, a victim of his own success, and the target of opportunistic individuals seeking fame and fortune. They skillfully cross-examined the alleged victims, highlighting inconsistencies in their testimonies and suggesting that their memories were unreliable or influenced by external factors. They raised questions about their motives, suggesting that they were motivated by financial gain or a desire to tarnish Diddy's reputation. The defense team challenged the validity of the forensic evidence, suggesting that the baby oil could have been tampered with or that its contents were misrepresented. They called into question the chain of custody, implying that proper procedures were not followed, potentially compromising the integrity of the evidence. They argued that Diddy's wealth and celebrity status made him an easy target for false accusations. They painted a picture of a man who was generous to a fault, often surrounded by people eager to take advantage of his kindness and position. Section 5. Awaiting the verdict. As the trial progressed, the courtroom became a pressure cooker of emotions. The weight of the allegations, the graphic testimonies, and the relentless scrutiny of the media took a toll on everyone involved. The jury, tasked with the daunting responsibility of separating fact from fiction, listened intently to both sides, their faces etched with the gravity of their duty. They were ordinary people thrust into an extraordinary situation, forced to confront uncomfortable truths and make decisions that would have far-reaching consequences. The world watched and waited, captivated by the unfolding drama. Social media became a battleground of opinions, with supporters and detractors clashing in a maelstrom of accusations, defenses, and judgments. Sean Diddy Combs, once a symbol of success and aspiration, now found himself at a crossroads, his life and legacy hanging precariously in the balance. The verdict, whatever it may be, would irrevocably alter the course of his life, leaving an indelible mark on his story, and serving as a stark reminder of the complexities of fame, power, and the pursuit of justice. Section 1. Public outrage and disillusionment. The news of the allegations against Sean Diddy Combs spread like wildfire, igniting a firestorm of public outrage and disillusionment. The man who had once been a symbol of success, charisma, and black excellence was now at the center of a scandal that shook the very foundations of his carefully crafted image. Social media platforms became breeding grounds for heated debates, with hashtags like #DiddyScandal and #JusticeForVictims trending worldwide. Fans and critics alike grappled with the unsettling accusations, many expressing a profound sense of betrayal and disappointment. For a generation that had grown up idolizing Diddy, his music, his style, and his entrepreneurial spirit, the allegations were a bitter pill to swallow. The man who had preached about hard work, ambition, and overcoming adversity was now accused of using his power to prey on the vulnerable. The allegations against Diddy struck a nerve in a society grappling with issues of sexual assault, consent, and the abuse of power. His case became a lightning rod for discussions about the ways in which fame and fortune can shield powerful men from accountability. Section 2. A divided court of public opinion. Public opinion remained sharply divided. Many condemned Diddy, demanding punishment, while others proclaimed his innocence, denouncing the allegations. Loyal fans found it difficult to reconcile the accusations. They pointed to his philanthropic endeavors and his contributions to the music industry. They argued for due process and presumption of innocence. Others expressed outrage, calling for justice and a thorough investigation. Section 3. Celebrity reactions and fallout. The allegations against Sean Diddy Combs sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, prompting a range of reactions from celebrities. Some expressed support, others condemned his alleged actions, and still others chose to remain silent. Close friends and longtime collaborators such as Mary J. Blige and Lil' Kim expressed their unwavering support for Diddy, vouching for his character and maintaining his innocence. They emphasized his kindness, his generosity, and his unwavering loyalty to those he considered family. Others, like 50 Cent, who had a long-standing and very public feud with Diddy, seized the opportunity to publicly criticize him, using the allegations as ammunition in their ongoing rivalry. 50 Cent took to social media, posting memes and making snide remarks that further fueled the firestorm of controversy. The allegations against Diddy sparked a broader conversation within the music industry about the prevalence of sexual misconduct and the abuse of power. Artists like Kehlani and Cardi B used their platforms to speak out against the exploitation of women in the industry and to call for greater accountability. Section 4. The unraveling of an empire. As the legal battle raged on, Sean Diddy Combs' empire began to crumble. Allegations inflicted irreparable damage to his reputation and brand. Brands distanced themselves, fearing negative publicity. Endorsement deals were terminated and partnerships dissolved. The controversy cast a shadow over his ventures from Sean John to Ciroc. Sales plummeted as consumers turned away. The future of Bad Boy Records hung in the balance. Artists faced a choice: remain loyal or distance themselves. The unraveling of Diddy's empire was a stark reminder of the fleeting nature of fame. Section 1. The price of silence. The Sean Diddy Combs case highlights the courage it takes for victims to come forward, especially against powerful figures. Whispers and rumors only broke when brave voices spoke out, revealing the true extent of the allegations. This case underscores the importance of believing survivors and holding perpetrators accountable. The price of silence is steep, perpetuating a culture where abuse thrives. The Diddy case symbolizes the need for a cultural shift. empowering individuals to speak out and seek justice. A reckoning for the music industry. The allegations against Sean Diddy Combs represent a watershed moment, forcing a long overdue reckoning with the music industry's culture of exploitation. For too long, the industry has turned a blind eye to predatory behavior, prioritizing profit over the safety of artists. Diddy's case has exposed the dark underbelly of an industry where success often comes at a steep price. The support for alleged victims signals a potential turning point. This is a time for reflection and honest conversations about systemic issues. The music industry must confront its demons and create a culture of respect and accountability.